So my story with encephalitis started in 2014. I had just finished my psychology degree and I decided to go travelling to Southeast Asia, with the first stop being Thailand. I had a part-time job to save up for the money to go, and then I think I went in March 2014. And the plan was to go by myself, and I was meeting a group of people out there, and I was meeting my mum for a 2-week holiday in between before going to Vietnam. I was in Thailand because I had just wanted to go traveling. I just decided I'd always wanted to go to Southeast Asia, and all of my friends were getting jobs or going back to uni, and I thought I would just go by myself. So I met a group of people out there, and my initial plan was to go to Thailand for a month with them, and then I was meeting mum for a 2-week holiday in between before going elsewhere. So during that holiday, it was mainly just traveling around the different areas. I did a bit of volunteering in a Thai tribal village. So we involved teaching children English, just playing with them, making lunch, kind of just spending time with them. I went there and I had an amazing time, just generally having a look around. And then I started to get flu-like symptoms where my whole body was aching, I had headaches. And that's how it initially started, and I was just in bed for the day. I couldn't really do anything. I went to the pharmacy and they gave me a course of tablets. I think I was taking about 9 tablets a day for 3 days. And it actually made me feel a lot better, and I was able to carry on for another 2 weeks, I think, before I met my mum. And then whenever I met my mum, I started to go downhill again, where I was getting headaches and feeling a little bit sick. And then I started to get a bit confused about things, or so my mum had said. My mum found me in the hotel room unconscious. Obviously, she rushed to the reception area and they rushed me to a GP surgery as they just thought it was the heat. They didn't think it was anything serious to begin with. As soon as we went to the doctors, they said it was the brain and that we didn't have time to wait for an ambulance and that we had to go in a taxi. And then once we got there, all the doctors and nurses were waiting for us. And then within 10 minutes of being in the hospital, I took a cardiac arrest and I was resuscitated and put on all of the machines. Whilst I was there, they found out it was Japanese encephalitis after doing the scans and the lumbar puncture. They also found that I was suffering with a bacterial blood infection called melioidosis, which you can get from inhaling infected soil or water. I had to be stabilised there for, I think, 2 nights in total, and then I was flown to Bangkok Hospital as they had specialists and more just better equipment to be able to cope with what I was going through. And then once I was there, I was in ICU for about a week. When I eventually came out of the coma, I just couldn't do very much. I couldn't really walk. I was very confused. I couldn't remember who my brother was. I couldn't remember different people or past events that happened. I think the day after that, my airway started to close over. From the intubation, they said the scar tissue had started to form. So I was rushed down for an emergency operation to open that up. So I was having, I think, 2 hours a day where I was learning how to walk again, get my strength up, walking upstairs, and just generally getting better.